And we are live. Hello everyone. It's been a couple days, and I know that I said I'd be back like the next day, but had some things come up, got busy. But we're here now. We're here now, and we're ready for the next part of the adventure. Let's see. Where were we at? Right, we're about to go over all the evidence leading to figure out like that, all that stuff, the gang war or whatever. Alright, let's do it. Let's get this meeting started then. First off, we should review all our info that's relevant to the case. The incident took place around midnight 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and Testaments were ambushed by an unknown assailant, possibly a group of assailants. Oh, possibly a group of assailants, I see. That was really a little weird. However, the attacks occurred at two different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. Oh, there and there. The Testaments member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Viper got messed up in front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. Exactly. By doing so, it made it hard for both groups to learn what happened to the other. And that leads us to the present, where each group blames the other for their members' injuries. Yeah, the only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved. Unless both groups rehearse their accounts, chances of either group being responsible for attacking the other are pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But you already have an idea who that third party might be, don't you, Lloyd? I do. They're the ones in control of Crossl's criminal underbelly, the notorious mafia, Revash and Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. However, let's assume that Revish was responsible for both attacks and continue our conversation. Well, that brings us to the next question. What was their motive? Bingo, the answer to that is crucial. If we can't answer that, we're all the way back to square one. So it comes down to motive. There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the two gangs. There must be a line that connects the three dots together. Oh, turbo speed, that's cool. I didn't know I could do that. I was trying to see if there was an auto next button. And once again, you already have an idea of what it is, don't you? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course. I think there's one thing that connects these three factors. Wazi, Walt, and the presence of Hie. Dude. I think it's this, right? Because neither of them... Oh, it's been too long. I'm going to go with Hie. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Hie. Oh right, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, though, what about Hie connects these three? In order to be connected, there has to be some sort of inevitability. For example, was it this connection with Hie that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable? Yeah, that would explain some things. Oh? What you thinking? Well, about that possibility Tio mentioned, what do you think Revash would do if they found out Hie was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I'd imagine they'd look to expand their combat capabilities, recruit more people, and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Revish would have no problems getting new weapons, given their known smuggling operations. But how do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally you'd hire Jaegers, but that's unlikely in Crossbow's case, given the constant surveillance put on us by neighboring countries. So long as the non-aggression pact stands, Arabonia and Calvard would never overlook the involvement of Jaegers. The two Diet factions representing them would likely react the exact same way too. That's it! Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined, I can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. Then again, they can't just barge in and choose whoever they like, now can they? Of course not. I mean, I could never see Wazzy cooperating with the Mafia. I doubt Wald would bow down to authority either, be it from Revish or the CPD. It's clear that he's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So Revish realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag their remaining members. That's scary. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make some sense of them. Ah, look at you being all modest. I think that your analysis of the situation isn't too far off from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. You certainly proved that you acing the detective exam was no fluke. Whew. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's decided. Our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think? Those two? You don't mean. I sure do. Wald Wales and Wazzy Hemisphere. What silly names. I think I got lost. So they're trying to weaken the two gangs and then just grab the people who like survived the fight. Is that it? Okay. Okay, I got you. I got a little bit lost. Leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Station Street, near where the construction materials are stored. Asking me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night. What do these cops think they're up to? Is that the last train bound for Calvard? Yes, I believe it was. Was he?
Yeah.
Good evening, Wald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystic moonlight, wouldn't you agree? Oh, this is rich. You pretended to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard? You must think you're so darn clever. Fine, bring it on, pretty boy. You want to fight? Because I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know, I'm always up for a bit of late-night wrestling. But alas, I'm a mere guest at this rendezvous. The heck does that mean? You'll see soon. They just arrived. You punks again? Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? I'm not sure if fun is the right word, but you'll at least find it interesting. Ready for me to start? Hold the phone. Anecdotes? Fun? What the heck are you two going on about? What the heck are Rooski? Oh, Wald, you're such a simpleton. Wow. What did you... Surely you remember the incidents that occurred 5 nights ago. They're here to tell us who the culprit was, obviously. Culprit? What do you mean? You guys did it, idiot. Impressive deduction, Wazzy. I assume you already had your own suspicions? Well, at first I thought that one of my members may have gone a little cuckoo. But as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. That goes for the Saber Viper's side too. Sadly, that's as far as my reasoning could take me. Well, that simplifies the explanation a bit. Wald Wales, I know there are still gaps in our theory. Still, would you listen to what we found so far? Fine. Keep it short. Waste a minute of my time and I'll bash that baby face of yours in. And that's what we've come to with the information on hand. Any thoughts? My, how unexpected. To think that we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? Of course. After all, Revish sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way. Well, that's good to hear. That settles that side then. So, Wald, were you also tempted into collaboration with the Mafia? Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like, send them packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. Wazzy, I'm postponing our duel. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of those mobsters. That seems extreme. Wait, you can't. Such a short temper. Calm down, Walt. Acting recklessly will just lead to. The last time was merely a jest, but you really are a simpleton. Say that again. You know perfectly well that you don't stand a chance against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it. The leader of the Saber Vipers, Wald Wales, waltzing into the Mafia's sights like a pig to slaughter. You have no chance. Shut it already. We don't know what'll happen till we try. Maybe you could survive. What about your poor little Vipers? Can they catch bullets with their teeth? What do you propose then we do then, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to just sit here and swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that? Huh? Of course I don't. We're gonna team up and become a ragtag gang and take them down together. It's likely just a handful of mafiosos who are involved in this particular scheme. I say we give them a crash course on how us guys in the downtown district operate. Come the final exam, they'll realize exactly who they're messing with. I'll require your help though, Wald. You need my help? Hold on, guys. What are you doing? I'm a cop. You can't just be you can't just be pulling this kind of stunts right in front of me. Oh, relax. You'll be playing the teacher's assistants after all. We're gonna do what? What? Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I claim that makes it your obligation to properly educate the Mafia into leaving everyone down there alone, for good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd. Well, what exactly is Wazzy talking about? I don't quite understand either. Sounds to me like he's just taking advantage of poor Lloyd. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Isn't it only natural? Isn't it only natural to see this case through? Three days have passed. The confrontation between the rival gangs has fortunately died down. The downtown district has been enveloped by a tranquil atmosphere, an atmosphere so peaceful that it has become uncomfortable. Then... what a nice song. Ooh, that's the Mafia. Huh, it's way too quiet down here. We went through all that effort and those dumb boats, those dummies that still haven't torn each other apart. Don't you worry, those guys are dousing gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. All we gotta do is beat the crap out of an underling or two, then we're good to go. As soon as you see one, kick his ace. As for your own sake, you better not get caught. Oh, and for your own sake, you better not get caught. Use a slingshot for Saber Viper and just bash one of those Testament guys from behind. Got it. Let the hunt begin, boys. And we're walking, and we are alone in an alley. Oh snap. Ugh. One tiny blue bunny down. What a pathetic piece of trash. We don't got time to waste. How about you rough him up a little bit? Just be sure not to kill him. Business is business. Hope you don't hold a grudge against us. As if I'd let you. Oh snap. What? What the heck, Aruski? Man, I'm a little bit shocked. I really didn't think we'd get you to fall for the bait this easily. Who the heck is this guy? I'm Lloyd. Guys, I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't even realize I was Lloyd. I thought they would like jump out. I didn't recognize the hair for some reason. I don't know. To tell the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already. But I'm not sure how the force will feel about using a sting operation as evidence. I'll have to let you go this time. Oh crap, don't tell me this guy's with... Is a cop? Not to worry, boys. He's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How'd they fall for this? Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. You alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock-absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Dang it. If the boss finds out we blew our cover like this, we're gonna get in so much trouble. We're gonna have to do dishes for a week. Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question. What will be your next move? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or would you prefer us to hunt you down? That may prove entertaining. Split up. Let's get out of here. Hold on. Two of you, come with me. Wazzy? Hold on a second. What should we do, Lloyd? Let's bring Tio, 'cause she can heal. Come on, Tio. You two follow the other ones. And I bet Wald finds those two. I can't believe those two little brats from the police are involved. We need to contact headquarters and request backup. Hold on. We screwed up the plan, man. What if the boss gets a whiff of this? It doesn't matter. Anyways, we should at least... Think you could get away that easily? Yeah. Oh, snap. When they get here? Boys aren't going anywhere. We have them surrounded. It's in Lloyd and Tio's hands now. Those morons. Don't got much choice now. We'll have to go from the back. That's a big jump. Valiant effort, but no dice. How'd you catch up? Jump for it! Oh, jumped right into a dead end. Those fools. Like moths to a flame. Cool, do I gotta fight with Wazzy? Sorry to disappoint. Your cute little game of hide and seek is over. Surely you've realized your best option is to surrender, no? We'll just kill you. Look at you brats. Where do you get off being so cocky? Now you'll see what happens when you force professionals to get serious. Better hope you live to regret it. Get ready, guys. Looks like they're itching for a fight. Don't think we have much of a choice. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? Funnily enough, I almost did the same thing. Let's do it. Let's go all in. Let's go. Oh, wait. Yeah, we should probably analyze them. Okay. Yare. Concept Ooh, you have like a lot. Holy cow. Everyone costs 9. You're dope. Let's just That's why you need a martial artist. I remember that now. I have 100. Boom. Got him. Oof. It hits so much harder than me. Having S-Craft? Dude, that'd be dope. And has to take a point of weight, so it's just a big kick. Or might see some speed. See if you can hit a burn. Probably analyze the other one. Yeah, nothing new. Oh my gosh, that was so much. Dude, I'm getting bopped right now. That felt good. Let's just do it one back. Nice. Just gonna crit? Oh, that's tough. I don't want to waste a crit. It's not gonna do a ton, but nice. I guess I'll have him start knocking these guys down. Oh, I should have healed. That wasn't very smart of me. Oof. Oh, he did catch on fire though. Alright, let's heal. How much health does this guy have left? Okay. So Wassy should be able to take him down. Heal Lloyd. Wassy finishes this guy off. Oh, crap! Dude, not good. Wait. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because he's slow, I'll get another turn before he can go. Sweet. Okay, we're fine. And I'm gonna heal myself. Let's have you run as far forward as you can. Oh, why did it zoom in so much? I don't like that. Can I zoom out? 130. Yes. Tio, wrap this up. Roast it. Man, it'd be so cool to see his S-Craft. There's no way I'll get enough. CP though. Actually, yeah, let's do Icicle Edge. This might finish him. Ooh, he's frozen. Nice. Dude, Wassy's level 8? Am I supposed to be level 8? Ah. Dang kids. Whew, they were no pushovers, that's for sure. That man is brandishing an Erebonian manufactured military-grade pistol. The latest model, I might add. Sounds like they managed to smuggle it past the borders then. By the way, Lloyd, I must say, that was quite the performance you put on. The dramatic confrontation fall, it looked so real, it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? I wasn't about to let anybody else be the bait and put themselves in harm's way. However, didn't you volunteer yourself for an incredibly dangerous role too easily? I believe your attempt at earning the title of Zemuria's nicest man has gone too far. Really? That wasn't my intention. Ha, that soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. Although I don't necessarily find that part of you to be a turnoff. Woohoo! Anyways, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. I look forward to any future alliances we may hold. Yo, Wazzy and Lloyd. OTP. You cocky little. Where do you get off running your mouth like that? Ha, now you've done it. From this day on, you made an enemy of Revish. You dang rookies will rue the day. All the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll be able to get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan. I'm gonna hang you dumb boats upside down like a bunch of punching bags, then beat the absolute piss out of you. Please, hold on a minute. They're already defenseless. There's no need. Not to worry. You can leave the rest to us. Well, try not to get too carried away, okay? They're self-proclaimed professionals after all. Beating them to a pulp will only put a damper on their career. Whatever. How about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt professionals like yourselves would want your bosses to find out that you got your asses handed to you by a bunch of rookie cops, even while taking them seriously. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well, now would it? Ugh. Get bent. You'd be too arc under if we were taking it seriously. What's this? Now, I'm no lawyer, but it's probably in your best interest to bow out. Oh, snap. It's the reporter. Grace? What are you doing here? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my favorite new rookies these past few days. And much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. Oh boy, I'm dying to write a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Why you're just some punk from a puny news agency. You think you can take Revish on, huh? Well, our circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this again, I can't promise that your group's going to be able to bail you out. Ugh, whatever, we're out of here. But if you don't keep your word, lady, don't worry your pretty little head about that. To be fair, you're the ones that should be worrying about keeping your promises. Wouldn't want to be in hot water, would we? Crossed the line again, and a little birdie told me the bracers might come get ya. What? Bracers? Just a little FYI, Arios was strongly considering taking over this case. Naturally, being the grand bracer he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. He figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. What? Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, eh? Guess so. Heck no! As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point staying in this dump any longer. Let's bail. Let's get out of here. Oh boy, Arios McLean, the divine blade of wind. I've heard my fair share about his exploits, but I didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. Just hearing his name is enough to piss me off. Screw it, show's over, boys. Get your butts moving, we're leaving. Yeah! I must say, couldn't have done it without your help. Or would mission accomplished be more appropriate for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Though I guess our original mission was only to stop the initial fight. Anyway, you shouldn't have a reason to fight with Wald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether the Mafia is involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while, but our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on. If you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you can even join in on our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. I don't get the impression he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let us return, Abbas. Our crusade is ended. Let us withdraw. Yes, sir. What an incorrigible group of men. Nah, leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes raring for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. You know, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, for sure. Still, I can't shake the feeling this was a hollow victory. That discomfort probably stems from the fact that you rookies, once again, had to rely on somebody else to finish the job. How was that? Did I nail it? No, that's not... Ooh, you're so petty. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like these. How else are you going to get the full picture? Only once you've understood this can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Oh my gosh, you knew my brother too? Guy? Well, I think it's time for me to head on home now. I gotta go exfoliate. You'd be surprised how much I work to keep my skin this flawless. Anyway, nighty night. Does everyone know my brother? Yo, Lloyd, your brother must have been one hell of a dude. Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was a talented individual. Yeah, you could say that. There aren't a whole lot of people that would outrank him when it comes to persistence and efficiency on the job. At any rate, our mission is accomplished. Let's return to the annex and give Chief Sergei our report. I think I get the picture. Well, you're still rookies, so don't let the messy performance get you down. If something similar happens in the future, you should be able to handle it a bit smoother. Yes, sir. He's a pretty strict boss, isn't he? Surely you must have caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic side of Crossbow? Well, yep, it's definitely a pain in the butt. Crossbow's seedy underbelly, a cold, cruel reality made possible by the corruption of its leadership. Aptly put. But the CPD isn't filled to the brim with a bunch of losers, you know. While some idiots decide to trade dignity for bribes. Most of our detectives have self-respect and work with a strict code of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. For example, the politicians who degrade themselves by making deals with the Mafia for money and power. How about it, Lloyd? Want to pack your bags, turn in your badge, and become a bracer? I mean, I know in this game, they're like our rivals, but bracers are pretty dope. Come on, Lloyd. No, sir. These barriers are the reason the Special Support Section was established, right? Special Support Section. What? Protect civilians above all else. The Bracer's Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing. the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, and the collusion of the Mafia and officials. They're all problems that lie outside the Bracer's jurisdiction. He's got a point. So even the supporting gauntlet still has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Despite the countless barriers standing in our way, the possibility of getting over them isn't zero. He's right. We, as members of the SSS, might be able to latch onto this possibility. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that the possibility is never zero. Take a look at this guy, would you? Dealing with the head of a delinquent group, volunteering his bait to lure out the Mafia. How can a guy look so calm and collected, yet act so hot-blooded underneath? I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Randy. Still, working with everyone helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can't overcome. Lloyd. I'm at a loss for words. A bit too cheesy for my liking. Okay. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. Although, I suppose I'm being too idealistic again, right? Well, I'm sure this won't be too bad. While it's true that the idea of the SSS was initially met with opposition and resistance, you guys can use this division however you see fit. Chief, sure, I might not be able to directly bail you out of trouble, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt and tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys. I appreciate it, Chief. So you're going to the laissez-faire route, are you? Jeez, I get what you're gunning for, but aren't you a bit too chill about this, Chief? In other words, our Chief here is trying to evade any messes we may throw his way. Ha, that's what's called veteran experience. Will the SSS become a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild? Or will it transform into something new entirely? I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. Prologue, special support section, end. Okay, you got 3 bonus points. Nice. I didn't get paid at all. Garbage. And no remarks. Yo, 8 bonus points. What up? The S3 plan. Used flea and tick spray. Save it. What's next? What's next? What we got? What we got? Looks like you've had another rough month. Keep up the good work. That's weird. That's Arios. It's fine. I'm used to it already. Anyway, I'll be counting on you for the payment again. Sure thing. I'll transfer it to you via the IBC. I feel partially responsible given that I assigned your request, but maybe you should consider reducing your workload just a teensy bit, don't you think? Poor Shizuku must be feeling lonely without Daddy by her side. Oh, he has a daughter? I know, I'm sorry. I know I said I wouldn't bring this up again. Oh, that reminds me, headquarters contacted me again. They keep begging me to get you to accept the offer. Are they seriously still at it? I've rejected their offer numerous times already. I wish they'd give up. Can you blame them? They're desperately searching for someone with the qualifications to fill in the gaping hole left by Cassius Bright's resignation. Oh! So, Trails in the Sky, which is the first series in like the Legend of Heroes series, the 2 main characters of that are named, oh my gosh, Estelle and Joshua Bright. This is their dad, and their dad is an S-class bracer. And apparently there's like only one S-class bracer at a time, I think, is how it works. And S-class is like the top tier, right? Like Arios is an A-class bracer. But Cassius had to resign from being a bracer, and he joined the liberal military. Basically because the Queen asked him to. and he had been in the military before he joined the Bracers, so he like went back to his old job. And so that's what they're talking about. Because he resigned, there's no longer an S-Class Bracer. Didn't you two train under the same master? You're basically equals when you look at your stats with the guild, so hurry up and accept already. While that may be true on paper, we're completely different people. Unlike Cassius, I haven't solved any conflicts on an international scale. I can't help but feel that people are overstating my achievements. I honestly don't feel like I have the qualifications to be his proper successor. Ah, phooey. You and I both know that isn't true. Didn't you resolve that thing out in Remiferia? The prince himself presented you with a Medal of Honor, so isn't that enough of an indication of your qualifications? I didn't truly resolve the issue. I may have prevented the immediate disaster, but the masterminds responsible are still out there. I had planned to refuse the medal anyway. Gosh, Arios, you're a stick in the mud, aren't you? Come on, accepting that promotion will drop your workload a little bit. You've done over 100 requests this month. Dude, that's crazy. You've done over 100 requests this month for Adios' sake. That's freaking inhuman. And I don't feel like I bit off more than I could chew. International travel has become far easier with the increased frequency of train and flight services. And besides, aren't 2 braces transferring here? My workload's going to reduce regardless. Oh, you mean those kitties? Yeah, they're not bad. I see a lot of potential in them. I trust them far more than that special support section guys. That's for sure. Excuse us. Oh, would you speak of the devil? Come on in, we're upstairs. Oh, second floor, gotcha. Thanks for having us. Guys, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes, Arios is here too? Oh, what a relief, I'm glad to see you here. Ha, nothing more than a mere coincidence. I haven't seen the two of you in about 3 months, so it's good to see you're doing well. I was in for a real shock when I found out that you were actually transferring to our branch. I'm sure glad you two are here. Crossbow's bad boys are about to get the spanking of a lifetime. Ha, we may be good, but we're not that good. We'll do our best to live up to your expectations. I am so excited, you guys. That's Estelle and Joshua. Those are Cassie Sprite's kids who, like... One of them's not really his kid. Estelle's like Estelle's Cassie's actual daughter. Joshua was taken in by the family. And so, the Trails and Sky games have like a love story between 2 of them. It's great. It's so good, you guys. I'd love to eventually play it on stream. I don't know when, but I would really like to. I think they're great games. I've only played them once, so I'd love to jump back into them again. I think it's time we got down to business. Estelle Bright, Senior Bracer. Joshua Bright, likewise. Officially reporting for duty at the Crossville branch of the Bracer Guild. Afternoon of the Wolves. The chief sure is late. I feel like he's always late. It's almost time for a regular morning meeting to start too. I really don't think we can begin the meeting without him. I would have slept in if I knew this was gonna roll. This was how it was gonna roll. If I knew this was how it was gonna roll. Days like this are best spent waking up at noon and then hitting up Barca for some good times. Textbook example of a slacker. Sorry I'm late, everyone. Morning, Chief. Good morning. Do you want to go ahead and start the meeting? No need. Just got a call from the department. You guys have been assigned a special mission today. Congrats. What? What kind of mission? Something smells fishy about that. Is it similar to the previous one? I don't know the details. Just head to the department. Your client will be waiting for you there. Our client? Can't believe that, Jack, but has the boss call us here again? What kind of complaining awaits us this time? Actually, I was informed that we have guests waiting for us. I think it's safe to say he didn't call us here to complain. I have a sinking feeling he'll find a reason to scold us regardless. I know what you mean. We can't let it get to us, though. Lloyd Banning's reporting in. The special support section has arrived. Come in. Excuse us. Oh, who were they? I recognize that uniform. The Crossbow Guardian Force, right? Oh yeah, he used to be on the force. Oh my, is that how you greet old acquaintance, Randy Orlando? Care to elucidate me on any hidden meanings behind that outburst of yours? They used to date. Probably, I don't know. Oh, you've got it all wrong. I was just so excited to see you again. You two know each other? Your reaction is that of a man with a guilty conscience. Ahem. Show some respect, you four. This here is Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Bales, Deputy Director of the CGF. Deputy Commander of the Guardian Force? Please forgive our misbehavior. Lieutenant Colonel is one of the higher ranks in the military chain of commands. She's that distinguished? Oh, you have no freaking idea. She is the CGF second in command after all. Taking in her charisma and experience, hell, she might as well be in charge. At ease, detectives. You're the special support section, correct? Yes, ma'am. Have you come here to submit a support request, perhaps? Huh, don't get your hopes up, rookies. You greenhorns better realize how big an honor it is to meet the Deputy Commander. Deputy Director Pierre, allow me to handle it from here. But, understood. I'll leave it in your capable hands, ma'am. Thank you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the Crossbow Guardian Force. I came here to ask the Special Support Section to lend you experience on a particular matter. Let me begin with a brief overview of the situation. An investigation of monster attacks? Correct, Mr. Detective. Several locations throughout Crossbell have reported similar cases of monster attacks over the past month. Excuse me. We wish to cooperate with you to investigate this matter. Wait a moment, please. These incidents were all reported outside of Crossbell City? Yes, do you take issue with that? No, ma'am, not at all. Excuse me, ma'am, an investigation was already conducted by the CGF, correct? Is there anything left for us to investigate at this point? Yes, plenty, in fact. Too many questions remain unanswered to write these off as ordinary monster attacks. As much as I hate to admit, our investigators have hit a dead end. Therefore, I'm hoping that a different point of view is what the investigation needs. A different point of view? A trained detective, to be exact. One that will differ greatly from a guardsman's. You might be wrong. Oh, jeez. You might be wondering, why come to us of all people? A valid question. I could have just as easily sought the help of the renowned 1st Division. Guys, it's so hard for me to read. Well, I'd love to introduce you to them, but as you know, they're preoccupied with their duties. As you can see, a number of unforeseen circumstances have led us to seeking the aid of the SSS. Are there any objections? No, ma'am. We'll gladly accept your request and aid you in your ongoing investigations. You've given us a brief rundown of the situation, but it will be hard to begin without concrete facts. Seeker, hand it to him. Yes, ma'am. Here you are. Ah, thank you. Could she be... Is everything okay? I'm fine. My apologies. Can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Have we seen her before? Maybe they went to police academy together? I don't know. It's been too long. Is this a detailed report? Yes, it appears to be a case report from the CGF. Correct. We've written all of our findings thus far in that report. Please begin your investigation as soon as you finish reviewing the case file. Doing so will eliminate unwanted bias from your work. I see. In that case, we'll begin as soon as possible. We'll leave it in your capable hands. Well, I suppose we'll have to excuse ourselves for now. We'll establish a direct line of communication with the SSS, so don't hesitate to contact us if you make a breakthrough. Roger. My apologies for the disturbance, Deputy Director. No, not at all. Feel free to drop by my office anytime. Looks like you're a bit more comfortable with your current work, Randy. Well, I'd say the work here is more thrilling than staring at the border and doing drills all day. Good to know. I'm glad my efforts to transfer you were worth it. Let's head out, Seeker. Roger. Phew, man, oh man. Was she your superior back in the Guardian Force, Randy? You got that right. Sonia wasn't my direct boss, though. She just gave me a bunch of tips and pointers for our training and drill sessions. Don't let her gorgeous looks fool you. That lady will make you piss your pants if you cross her. Knowing Randy, it's probable that his terrible attitude towards life set her off on multiple occasions. I could absolutely see that happening. He has a knack for getting in trouble with women. On that note, do you know the girl accompanying the deputy commander, Randy? Didn't ring a bell. Would have remembered a cutie like her. I'd bet a pretty mirror that she's in the Tangram Gate division of the CGF. Those guys assist Deputy Commander Bales with her work. Oh, Lloyd, my friend, you seem to have taken quite the fancy towards this girl. Tell me, Lloyd, was it love at first sight? Well, oh my gosh. Are they looking because they both have crushes on him? That's a common theme in Trails of Cold Steel. That, like, literally every girl that runs into the main character, it develops a crush on him. And it's, like, kind of funny, but also kind of annoying, because it's, like, there's so many cool, both men and women in that game. That's, like, kind of a bummer that they all just fall for the main character, but whatever. What? No, it's nothing like that. I just had a strange feeling that I had met her somewhere before. Ahem. He is not happy we're in his office still. Right, how long do you rookies plan to take up space in my precious office to spew your pointless drivel all over the floor? Don't tell me. Is this a plot by the Geofront and Sergei? Have you come up here and humiliate me? No, sir, definitely not. Sorry, sir, please excuse us. Go on, get out of here. To think that every single one of you ignored my kind advice. You should know full well what's about to come, don't you? Well, heck you implying? Ha, whatever. Enjoy that little investigation of yours out in the wilderness. I'm sure it'll be a fun little camping trip. Why don't we transfer your entire team to the Guardian Force while we're at it? We can boot that dang Sergei out along with you. Annoying. If you'll please excuse us. Jeez, that butthead sure knows how to get on my nerves. I wish I had earplugs on hand. Then again, I suppose we were being disrespectful in front of him. Yeah, we were talking about our love lives just in his office. However, that doesn't warrant his condescendingly vulgar tone with us. Let's just forget about him, guys. Arguing will get us nowhere. Let's head back and go through the report in more detail. We can get started once we've decided on the direction of our investigation. Right, I get the impression these attacks weren't from an ordinary monster. The culprit behind these attacks certainly seems enigmatic. Several locations across the state were attacked by monsters. CGF is investigating, can't find anything. Wolf-like monsters, the following 3 pages to each case. America Village. 3 weeks ago at night. The entire village. Damage discovered in the morning, says village chief. All families suffered damage to their crops and livestock. No witnesses. Various canine prints were discovered inside the village. No similar prints found in areas outside the village. St. Ursula Medical College. Come on, man. You can't attack the hospital. This was a week ago. A medical intern was attacked and wounded by an invading pack of monsters found by hospital staff in the morning. Injured witness saw black wolf-like monsters. Other evidence. None found near the scene of attack. Testimony was vague, so there's possibility of inaccuracies. Third one was Maine's mining village 2 days ago. In front of the inn. One miner heading home was injured by a pack of monsters. A colleague rushed to his aid. Townspeople saw escaping wolves. Prints discovered near scene that resemble those found in America Village. Mining equipment in town was damaged for a third time. Patrols may be necessary. This is worse than I thought. So it really is happening everywhere. It's strange that the media hasn't reported anything on it. Now that you mention it, they don't exactly sound like your average monster attacks, do they? Do we know whether or not these wolf-like monsters are indigenous to Crossbow? It's hard to say. They did find paw prints at all the different scenes. At this point, it's hard to deny they actually exist. The Guardian Force still hasn't physically seen the monsters though, right? It's a little disconcerting. Well, we know one thing for sure. They're pretty dang sly if they manage to outsmart the CGF. I mean, shouldn't they have hired some kind of hunter to track them down instead? Probably so. I'm not certain whether our chances of solving this case are particularly high. Lloyd, what's the matter? Did that ace detective light bulb of yours start flickering again? No, I was just thinking. Why don't we treat these attacks as we would any other investigation? Usually that would lead us to the culprit, right? Deputy Commander did say she wanted a detective's perspective. Should we search for clues as per usual? Well, yeah. If we treat this series of attacks as one solitary case, who would be our culprit? Obviously those wolf-like monsters that the report mentioned, right? And you know how wolves work, they move in packs. That's true, but with that in mind, what would the profile and motive of the culprit be? Pass. I see what you're getting at. You're trying to make us realize that we can't answer those questions relying solely on the reports we received. Exactly. More intelligent monsters usually stay away from the populated areas. If the motive was hunger, the medical college would be the last place they'd look for food. There has to be some truth that explains their seemingly irrational behavior. It's a valid point, and it's theoretically sound as well, if I may add. I suppose the objective of our investigation has been decided then. I think so. First we visit the affected areas and gather information from eyewitnesses and any potential victims. That should provide us with additional insight into the reports at the very least. Right. Every little clue and lead we can find will go towards helping the Guardian Force. Whew, that's a relief. Here I thought we'd be spending the day blindly hunting monsters in the mountains. So Lloyd, where do you suggest we head first? Let's see. How about we start with America Village, the first area that was attacked. Considering the America report was the most detailed, maybe we'll be able to gather enough clues to start building a profile on the monsters. Sounds like a good start. America Village is northeast of Crossbow, right? Yeah, taking the orbital bus near the east exit is probably going to be our best bet. And needless to say, this is our first mission outside the city. We don't know what we're heading into, so let's make sure we leave well prepared. You said it, man. We should also double check the available support requests just to be safe. Alright, what do we got? Check requests. Overdue book? Come on, man. 1,000 mirror for that, though? That seems worth it. Running a problem at the library, checking the books, not returning them. So rude. Seeking ingredients used in a new special bread recipe. Can you lend me a hand? We're recruiting people to help us implement a new service at the IBC. If you have Sepith on hand. You want my Sepith? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So we got all three of those. Alright, let's save it. Alright, I do need to break for a couple hours here. I have some things to do at my other job that I have to get done, and then later this evening, though, we'll be back and I'll stream some more. I'd like to get some good headway into this chapter today. So today's like my least busy day probably. So I'd like to get a solid, few more hours in. So yeah, for now I gotta take off, but I look forward to coming back and getting to this next chapter. So talk to you later. Bye.